Hi, this is Dr. Joanna Falco-Leshin, and this is a podcast designed for STEM students, a project of the National Science Foundation in conjunction with Miami Dade College. In this STEM podcast, we will be discussing financial aid, how to procure scholarship monies from the federal government, from private sources, and the process by which we do this. The most important part of the application process is the FAFSA, the free application for federal student financial aid. You must go to www.fafsa.ed.gov and follow the step-by-step process for completing an application. Do know that FAFSA.com is not affiliated with the United States government, and therefore any information that you leave there will not be useful to you in completing the application process. So let's go back now to the FAFSA website and take a look at step 1. Before beginning a FAFSA, you need to consider the following. You first must determine your dependency status. Then you must look over the FAFSA worksheet, search for your school codes, the codes to the schools to which you will be applying, and then review your own tax information and that of your parents. The deadline dates are listed for you in step 1 of the FAFSA process. Let's go back and take a look on the left-hand side at some of the things that you need to consider as you're completing the worksheet. First, consider whether or not you have any sorts of drug convictions or any sorts of convictions that you need to consider as you complete the process. You need to consider that you have to obtain a PIN and look at the PIN information so that you can abbreviate the process as you apply. And then finally, you need to take a look at some of the deadlines for the application. So now let's go into the 2008-2009 FAFSA on the Web worksheet to use that as an example of what we need to take into consideration. You will need the following information to complete the worksheet: your Social Security number, your parents' Social Security numbers, your driver's license if you have one, your alien registration number, your 2007 federal tax information or tax returns, records of untaxed income, information on savings, investments, business, and farm assets for yourself, and if you are providing parental information for your parents, and then you start. On the following page, you will start to list all of the information asked on the first page. The most important part here is the parental information. Some parents are very reluctant to give this information to you. They feel it's a violation of their privacy. However, without it, it will be very difficult to obtain funds from the federal government. So what you need to consider is first, your parents' Social Security numbers. If a step-parent is influential in the tax returns, you need to have their information included. In order to clear up some misperceptions about what you need in terms of information with regard to completing the FAFSA, do know that the worksheet really does outline the specifics that you need to consider when you're filling this out. So, for example, some of the things that you may not consider would necessarily go into a report like this very clearly do. Welfare benefits, temporary assistance for needy families, foreign income exclusive from the IRS form, tax-exempt interest income, child support, housing and food and other allowances paid to members of the military, clergy, and others, veterans' non-education benefits such as disability, death pensions, or dependency and indemnity compensation. All these items are essential to completing the form. Do know that one thing you can be certain of: the FAFSA upon its completion must parallel the information that exists in your parents' or your tax forms. They cannot contradict each other. There's information here that clearly dovetails. Therefore, recognizing that both the Internal Revenue and the federal government and student aid have some sort of relationship, you have to be certain that the information that you give is accurate to the best of your knowledge. Once you have completed the worksheet, you go into step 2, filling out the FAFSA. Do know that the documents that you just completed should be with you as you proceed with this step. your social security number, your license, your W-2 forms, your spouse's W-2 forms, your parents' W-2 forms, your 2007 untaxed income records, your current bank statements, your current business and investment mortgage information, business and farm records, stocks and bonds and investment records, your alien registration card. Once you have that information before you, you can go to step 3 and fill out the FAFSA. Do know that when you go to step 3, to determine the accuracy and authenticity of the information you have given and to make certain that your process is in fact complete, that you will have a PIN that will help you so that you can complete the process online. If you choose to download and print the application and submit it through the mail, which is an option, be certain of all the information you have given them, and do know that the process takes a bit of time before you receive a response. One of the most important points about filling out the FAFSA is that it will enable you to acquire certain types of student loans. One type of student loan is the Stafford loan. Stafford loans are loans that students will borrow in their own name and that they will repay after they graduate. Most students, especially freshmen, are eligible for about $2,000 worth of government money, government loans, that they can then repay. An independent undergraduate student or dependent student whose parent was denied a PLUS loan may borrow a combined subsidized and unsubsidized Stafford loan to the amount of about $6,000 for freshmen, a little over $7,500 for sophomores, and $10,500 for juniors and seniors. Other types of loans, such as the PLUS loan, the parent loan for undergraduate students, are available to credit-worthy parents of dependent undergraduate students. Perkins loans are also available from the federal government, and they are given to the neediest undergraduates and graduate students. And then finally, private bank loans, which are available, again, to parents who are credit-worthy. There are a number of really important ways that you can acquire scholarship money. And there are a number of very important websites that we'd like to tell you a little bit about. The first is our own, joannafalco.net. On that website designed for STEM students, we have an entire list of STEM-related scholarship monies that you can apply for. Before we begin with our own website, we wanted to take a look at some of the websites that are available to you that you should pay attention to. And one is sponsored by the College Board. They have a website that actually offers information on over 2,300 scholarships. Another scholarship website that we highly recommend is FastWeb at fastweb.com. FastWeb offers the most up-to-date information about scholarships that become available to students each semester. We'd like to outline just a few more websites that might be helpful to you as you pursue scholarship monies. First, there's Scholarship Resource Network Express, College Answer, Scholarship Help, and finally, the Free Scholarship Guide. Each of these websites provide very interesting information and scholarship information that we believe could be most helpful to you. Probably the one aspect of the application process that will give you the most amount of aggravation will be the scholarship essay. We recommend that you begin with an outline and that you highlight all the important aspects of your own college career thus far that you believe are noteworthy. This is the one time when it is extremely important not to be too reserved in talking about yourself. You are, after all, trying to convince an admissions counselor that you are the person that they should be giving scholarship monies to, so you must put your best foot forward. We hope you've enjoyed some of the information we've given you in this podcast, and we hope that it will be very helpful to you as you complete the scholarship process. Good luck.